week been really good. Today I will talk about my week as a mental health community worker. In my job, I have a situation that I do the same thing, that I'm supporting clients in the community, taking them to appointment, shopping, socializing, or something like that. Good days tend to be really good, and bad days tend to be really bad. So I can have a week that I have an incredibly good day, or then I had one that is really bad, and that's this week, and I would like to talk about it. And I also made some notes. Here, so I will go over the week from Monday to Saturday, and if you hang on with me, you will hear some of the most unbelievable thing that you have heard in a long time. And to do that, I have got some licorice. We have 3 brands of licorice. I will eat and rate them. Darrell Lee, that is my favorite. Then I have 2 that I never tried before. Licorice Lovers, traditional fresh soft licorice. And then one that is called fresh licorice. Plenty of licorice today. And I was thinking to have a cup of tea. Yeah. And the tea that I will have is the fit tea, yeah. So I'm just setting up the video here. And whilst I'm set up, I will dig into all the stories, so hang on. So this is the fit tea, 28-day detox, all blended natural ingredients. This is actually quite a good one. See the kind of job I do that you can't really disclose personal information, but if I'm not telling places, names, I can tell about events that happen. And I worked with 3 different companies, so even if you would look me up, you don't really know which of these 3 ones there is. So today is like I get my roster every week. I get my roster, and I sort of plan in advance my support for the clients, and I have now a good mix of clients, but some weeks can be, unbelievable, and that's one of the weeks today. You can see that I'm wearing a hoodie. Here I am putting in now a little video clip from this morning when there was really raining, really pouring rain down, heavy. I was thinking like our house was going to, being rained away, but no, it's fine. So what I do, I just set up the notes here. So if you don't mind, I can a little bit reading here because I don't want any details about my support going away. Sometimes I really wish I would have like a film crew, like one of those reality shows where a film crew is following people and they're filming their day, because some of my days is, even if I explain about my week, many people will not believe it. Just to think I'm making it up. So the first sweet I will have is this one. This is the fresh licorice lovers, 300 grams, and all of these are made in Australia. So I'll just see. Oh, this smells great. I have a little fork here with me. Oh, these are big ones. These are actually much bigger than I thought. Oh, it smells good. I'm from Finland originally, and if you are from Finland, you love your sauna, and you also love your licorice. I know licorice is not for everybody, but I do like licorice. So just to clarify, I am a casual employee, so I can take some time off when I need, and just be my own boss in a way, and I like it, especially when you know your clients. The works get easier, and I work Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I have Tuesday off because then I can do things like fixing things here at home, or edit the YouTube videos, and doing many things. So let's try. Oh, it's good. Oh. I'm already in licorice heaven. Yeah. On Monday, I start 9 a.m. and I walk to 11:30. Then my second client is from 1 o'clock to 5 p.m. and I drive between the clients about 40 and I drive between the clients about let me see 43 kilometers. This is so chewy. So I just called a client A1. So with A1 I went to his home. I picked him up and we went out for nature's walk. Beautiful weather it was this week. We also went to coffee shop where we drank a coffee and read the newspapers, and we always read his star signs. His star signs, and just to see if it's a good day coming up here. And then we went to the reject shop where I actually bought this licorice. Reject shop. So the 3 packets of licorice cost 10 Australian dollars. So in US dollars that would be $6.65. And that's actually extremely good price. The reject shop is actually changing name. It was bought up from by a company called Dollarama. So reject shop will be Dollarama. As long as they have the same discounted things, I don't mind. Oh, this is so good. So good, this licorice. So yeah, the support went really good with A1 and no issues. He was actually going on a 5-day all expenses respite, government paid holiday. He got picked up. They would drive him down south there to a place called Carry Valley, and you have some incredibly nice places there. Expensive, and he's paying only for his own, cigarettes and whatever, because he's a big smoker. All other expenses is paid for, and it's $1,000 a night, $1,000 a day with activities. So if you have it well. So I finished 11:30. The next support is 1 o'clock, and that's a 43-kilometer drive from where I am and to the next support client. It's very good. So sometimes between the clients I am really short of time. So I just have snack bars in the car that I eat for lunch. The next client that I'm seeing, he lives in his own home and he has an extensive collections of skulls, of fairies, of clocks, of Ned Kelly, of whatever you can think of. He's one of the most friendliest guy you can ever meet, but you know he needs the support, and I are driving to different places. You know, this kind of op shops, Salvation Army shops, and he buys things for his collection. They're like more skulls, and so when you walk into his home, you know everything is covered with skulls, Dark Vader, Star Wars, and it's quite interesting. So with him, we went to a local market where he was going to all the shop owners, was talking with them extensively, and buying more things for his collection, and yeah, it's. There we had then another coffee, just sit down to relax a little bit. This is good. I think I need to eat a little bit less because these are quite filling actually. So I just put one back here. Yeah, then I was driving back, and then we watched YouTube, and we was just watching YouTube, and he normally gives me kind of soft drink I drink, and but many times the 4-hour support shift with this particular client, I feel tired when I come home. I drive to the freeway, and then I drive for about 15-20 minutes high speed on the freeway back home. there is some birds outside here. Most of the things in my garden now that is growing is just weeds. Yeah, so that is my day. Depending on the traffic, then I'm maybe home, maybe quarter to 6 o'clock. Tuesday is my day off, and this week's Tuesday was actually really good because I was able to finish my taxes and send it over to my accountant that I have, and now it's just to have fingers crossed, Hopefully she can bring me good news. In my view, it's incredibly important to have a qualified accountant that understands you and what you are doing, because we don't need to pay more taxes than we need to. Yeah. Then also I took my cats to the vet. Annual checkup. And Weenie had actually lost weight. That was extremely good. And Trixie had a little bit gained weight. They got the worming tablets and the vaccination. And we are ready for another year now. So then we go to Wednesday, and on Wednesday I have a client that I have now supported over 7 years. Over 7 years I supported this client, and we sort of had ups and downs and hundreds of support hours together. The wind is picking up here now, so I guess it's time for another rain here. So this is the Licorice Lovers traditional fresh soft eating licorice, super premium Australian licorice. Well, this time I will not take as many out. Oh, this smells really good. See if I can get some out here. Not as many. Just I think 4 is enough. There we are. This one. Okay, here we go. Oh, extremely good. Very good, this one. I like this one. My client come from a family that has a big love for animals. They had a dog that died a few years ago, and then they have now a horse, and they actually have another person's horse on their property where they live. And he used to live there with his mom, but his mom got a stroke, and he's now at the nursing home. So hopefully he can still stay there at home for a while. So we went to the local shopping center. Then we had coffee and we had a chat and we had went window shopping in Target and Kmart and other places. Oh, this is good. It was actually not like an easy day. No, but like I really liked it. Then, end of the day, we did some shopping. I was driving him home, and I was finishing 12 noon, and my next support starts at 1 o'clock. The distance is 43 kilometers, and I actually have to drive quite fast to go there. I really don't have much time for lunch at all, so I and I eat my snack bars while I'm driving. Well, it's not probably the best lunch, but the client is then from 1 to 5 p.m. So I stop at the local shopping center. I ran quickly to the bathroom, come back, and then to my client. After some brief socializing, we go to the first op shop. This is the man with the extensive, should we say, Halloween collection. And then after that, we drive to the Salvation Army where he volunteers to work for 2 hours. So for 2 hours there in Salvation Army, I have nothing to do. So what I do, I go and to the book section there and I read. And I read everything like by Dr. Phil, and I read like, what is that book? Men are from Mars and women are from Venus, and that's a quite interesting book. And comes up with many interesting points, and then one day there was not many books, so they sort of have this book about the biggest crimes in the world, so so I just started to read that one then. This particular client, he's extremely talkative. If there would be an Olympics in talking, we would send him to the Olympics, and he would bring many gold medals back to Australia. Oh yeah. He's also a chain smoker, and he's sometimes just smoking in front of my face, and I get that smoke in my face, and I'm just trying to get around it, and but otherwise it's good, and sometimes we just watch YouTube for hours. Hours about people going to op shop buying things, or then we watch like this alien UFO conspiracy videos where they talk about aliens that has landed here on the planet and lives with us, yes, I think I had a conversation with him about the Malaysian airline that disappeared, and he said that there was a Malaysian airline a few years ago that tragically disappeared. Like nobody really knows where it went, what happened, but what was happening was he said that there was a big UFO that came and swallowed the airline up. Yeah, like you. Oh, this is the wind. The rain is coming soon. Yeah, this kind of big. So this is the airline here. This big UFO that comes at globs it up the whole airline, and the whole aeroplane, and I have this kind of conversation about what shape is the window of the UFOs, if it's kind of square or is it round, and it's definitely round, just so you know. But he's one of the most loveliest guys you can ever meet, and we never have any problems. He sometimes make a little bit tired talking, and he has the thing that he often screams, and he screams inside my car when I'm driving in my ear. So I said, I can hear you. You can talk to me normally. And it's good for a little while, but he's good. He's a really good guy. Okay. Then we came to this week, Thursday. The guy that I normally support on Thursday, he's now on the 5-day respite vacation. The vacation he's going on cost more than any vacation I ever have in my whole life. I mean, I know I can go on cruises, I can go to different places, but the vacation he goes is 1,000 Australian dollars a night. And that's paid for by the government. So he has me and a couple of other support workers, and we always say that, hey, when are you going to take us on the respite? Hey, you are leaving us again, Just get that huge suitcase that you can squeeze two of us in, kind of So he then smuggled us to the respite there. Okay, so I was just at home that day on Thursday. So about 12 noon I then started to drive and to a new client, and this was the third support with him. And he had just received a thing called companion card. And a companion card is it's a special card that has your picture, it has a hologram, and it's just really convenient because it gives you huge discounts. It gives you discounts to the movies, to different places, and when I went to his home, I also spoke with his mom. He's living at home, and the mom is having a treatment for lung cancer because she was a big smoker for many years, and so she get a set of 30 radiology treatments for the cancer. Now she's at home, you can still have a conversation with her and as well, and just before I went in there, to support this, we say number 8 too. I was reading the news and I was reading, in Thailand, there had been an accident in the zoo. There was a zookeeper that stepped out from a car, and then he became the lion's lunch. They was having him for lunch in Thailand. Maybe you saw that news too. I was thinking, oh boy, this was terrible things. And then I speaking to A2, and what would you like to do today? I would like to go to the zoo. Zoo? And I swallowed and I was thinking about the incident in Thailand. Think, oh boy, this is really okay. And we started to plan, the zoo is not actually that far away from where he lives, and so we calculated that we need 1 hour extension now. So instead of 1 to 4, it would be 1 to 5. So I called up my supervisor and we got this extension, but then we just went, and thanks to his companion card, I got in for free. Didn't cost me anything, but he only paid $30. Guess what it cost normally? Like if you would walk past the zoo and say, oh, I want to go and check up some animals here and look. It cost one adult ticket cost $104. Yeah. One adult ticket, 104 Australian dollars, and in US dollar, $69.09 for one ticket. I couldn't believe, but I got in there for free, and it was a really fantastic place because I've been to the zoo 4 times. Yeah. Here we have a map, and here's actually the whole map. So we started here and we walked around here, and we saw we saw the penguin, the swamps, the birds. but we missed the crocodile. We kind of went the wrong place. And the emus, kangaroos, echidna, birds, then we saw these totally quokkas and Komodo dragon, the lions and tiger and but then we went to see the lions, and the lions was kind of quite interesting because when you looked in at the lions, there was kind of like a podium, and on the highest podium there was a female lion just looking over like this. And then we went around and we could see from the other side. And it was quite interesting that you could see the female lion still being like this. And then on the ground, way ground beneath the lion, there was this female lion. I mean, there was the male lion just lying like this and like all defeated, like, how do you say, the mouse of the house. So there you really knew that the lady were in charge. He was not in charge. Yeah, but then we went to the place here called Jurassic Park. And that is a little bit what I want to talk about, that the zoo had done many interesting things. They sort of had built like a new kind of attraction there. And the new kind of attraction was dinosaurs. Well, I think that was a crow outside, if you could hear that. Yeah, they had the Jurassic Park, and it's really clever because that goes hand in hand with Jurassic Park. And of course there was just replicas of the dinosaurs there, but there was in the real size, and that was huge. And they made it so that they could move the head and lift up the head and making noise. And Darelli, batch 37, freshly super soft. There was this amphitheater where they had the audience. There was this amphitheater like this, where you could have the audience, and the audience would then just could listen and see the Jurassic Park animals. And I think if I would be a kid, I would love it. Well, I love it as it was, but it was good.
It's got that big bone on its head.
Imagine if it was
display, and it's in the breeding room at the moment. But one of the not Princess's enclosure, the other one, I think it's Anastasia or Natasha. I think it's Anastasia. They want to split that into two enclosures and put that in the
Love you. So good, this one. So good. So we walked up and down. So we walked around the whole zoo there, and it was this kind of really good feeling that you were actually doing something really good now, and the client you were with could have joined the zoo, and yeah, the crows are loud here today, and yeah, the whole outing in the zoo was really good, and then we went into the gift shop. And there were this all different kind of gifts there that you could buy, like souvenirs. They also had made this 3D printing, and it was sort of a tiger, half head of a tiger, maybe 1/3 of a tiger, and that cost over 700 Australian dollars, like just a tiger head. So my experience from the zoo was, it was very good, very modern, very nice. They really looked after the animal as well as they could. But it definitely wasn't cheap. So it was really good. Client was just happy like ever before, and for me it was actually the 4th time there, and I loved it. And the zoo is kind of now should I say, in an expensive area of the city. So it would then be the wind here. It's supposed to be spring now, but the wind and the rain is still strong. Yeah, so this was probably one of the best supports I ever had in my whole 7 years with this company I am now with. Beginning of the week starts really well for me. And then the end of the week, I sort of call like the heavy lifting starts. On Friday and Saturday, I have one guy, we call him D1. And D1 is a very big guy, he's very strong. He used to do martial arts before he got schizophrenia, and he has a split personality. He has sort of his female spirit in inside him is talking to him. And when I'm starting the support, I know if the female side has been talking to him, because he has scarf on, and he has a lady's bag, like a long lady's bag with one of those that you have over the shoulder with a strap. He's very intellectual, he's very clever, he loves art, he loves different his goal is to be an art critic on TV. But he's very knowledgeable, and he loves people watching. So one of the things we do is we go people watching, and I am on a Friday I'm supporting him from 9:30 to 12 noon, and on Saturdays it's from 9 o'clock to 12 noon, and we go to a big shopping center here. We are then sitting down in a food court, and then there's one place there that has like two small sofas against each other, so you can sit and talk, and a table between there. He was wearing today, on Friday, shoes, shorts, and he had a t-shirt and something, and then he had the denim jacket, and then the lady's bag. He looks like the old version of Jack Nicholson in the movie Shine, like that. And he's wearing these sunglasses, thick frame sunglasses that has white frames, like something like from 1960s or something. And he's wearing them inside and outside, and but support with me has gone well normally, yeah. D1 often have this really intensive look. look at me and he's talking about the resurrection of Jesus and you know how he got expelled from the paradise and I mean it's just and he also then have these ideas about UFOs flying around the place. Yeah, but today wasn't really any problems, you know, during the public, but he is absolutely city person. He loves watching people and he hates nature. He doesn't want to have anything to do with nature. So from here then I'm driving home from the shopping center and then I drive straight to my next client. I finished well. Next client is 1 o'clock. I eat, in the muesli bars as this lunch between the client, and then I quickly run to the bathroom in another shopping center, and my next support starts. So but this time what we did, we also was driving to the markets, but with this client, and we was looking at different things and looking at you know things to buy for the collection. I like these ones. These are really good. The market is sort of in, how should I say, a low socio-economic area where people don't really have too much money, and so you sort of have all kind of characters walking around the market there when we are there. But I am trying not to let my clients spend too much money there at the market, so you also have money for food. So. We go to all the shops, you know, and he just talks and I'm starting to feel a bit tired, and so we can just talk until he don't have any more energy, and you know, then he kind of quiet down a little bit, and driving him back home and watch some more YouTube video and the support, and I am starting to drive home, and then I am quite tired. I am driving on the freeway 95 kilometers an hour, and I often have the passenger window rolled down a little bit, and then just to get some cold, fresh air into the car to keep me, you know, alert. And this time I just had the window down a little bit, and I'm just driving, minding my own business, keeping distance to the car in front of me, and then there's this car coming to my left side where I have the passenger window down, and somebody sticks out the head and screaming like, yeah. I mean, I am driving here. Like, this is me. This car coming here next to me, and somebody's screaming everything, screaming towards me in a way that they want to scare me, jump me, prank me. But the window was quite down, so it little muffled the sound, but I could still hear the scream, and I didn't react because I was just so tired. But what can happen? If this is the car that's screaming to me, if I jump, I can suddenly turn the steering wheel, and my car can crash and start to roll. Roll like this on the freeway, and you have a lot of cars coming behind you. They will hit you, you will hit them, and there's just a cars piling up. Just because somebody like to be like really smart and scream out from the car. Have this ever happened to you? Well, this is not the first time here in Australia that this has happened. I was driving like 60 k's on a smaller road, and somebody starting to scream, and when I was just driving faster away from them. I don't know why they see if you scare somebody driving 95 k's an hour, and that's so what is that? That's kind of like that's 59 miles an hour. When you have an accident, there will be not much left of your car after that. I said in one of my previous videos that you have to expect the unexpected. That was true for Friday, and also then for Saturday. On Saturday I had the D1 again. He that is really big guy, looks like Jack Nicholson from the movie Shine, and he had kind of like severe schizophrenia. Went and pick him up 9 in the morning. I was supported from 9 to 12. He had shoes, shorts, and a denim jacket, no shirt. And he didn't even have his female bag with him. So it's still a bit cold and wet outside, and I'm asking him when I catch up that, hey, don't you feel cold? Say, no, I'm fine. And he's a big guy, and he has his belly and man boobs that are kind of sticking out there between the denim jacket and he definitely wanted to go to people watching the same place there in the same shopping center. And I was sort of thinking that hey, maybe he was going to be like, you know, button up his jacket like be like everybody in public. And so we bought coffees, we bought food, and we're sitting down there on the kind of like the sofas there, and I had a look at him, and I could say that he was getting more unwell. And this is not an easy situation in public when you have a guy like him that is big, strong, have done martial arts before, knows how to fight. He could probably beat up the small security guys there at the shopping center. I would have no doubt about that. And what is then happening is he kind of open his jacket like this, so the big belly and the man boobs are sticking out, and we are in a very, very public place. There are retirees that come for a coffee, there are families meeting friends, there's young families with the kids in the pram, and there's this kind of people just walking past, and just nobody says anything. But then what he does, he lays himself back like this, and all huge bellies coming out, and the man boobs are kind of sticking out like this, and he put his sunglasses on, and I was trying to show him, like, can you just button one button? No. He started to talk about the Bible and the Revelation. I was asking if I'm accepting Jesus as his savior, and not for my savior, I mean, and when he just went around, and I could, at that moment, I knew I lost the control of the situation in public, and that's the last thing you ever want to do when you're out with clients that have schizophrenia. So the worst thing really happened. I had lost the ability to control the situation, and I was thinking, if it goes anything worse than this, I had to call the police, because I was trying to say, like you can't be like this when your man boobs are sticking out on your big belly, And I had really lost control of the situation there. He was just laying like this back on the sofa. The man boobs was sticking out on a big belly too, and I was just thinking like how can I minimize the damage then, and I was a little bit looking aside how people was reacting, and there is these different small shops where you have the shopkeepers, and many of them are female shopkeepers, and I was looking at the female shopkeepers, and you can look at their faces that they didn't like it, because they sort of couldn't go anywhere. They had to be at the shop and look forward, and then having this guy there with the belly and the man boobs in the ear. Oh, jeez. And when the people were watching at me, and they was kind of giving me the look like, why you don't care, do something. I mean, it was just, it was embarrassing. It was really the most embarrassing, because we were there at least 2 hours. 2 hours there with the belly flashing in the ear, and but I tried to minimize the situation, that he could lean forward a little bit. Or not, instead of being like this, he gonna lean forward, so the jacket was a little bit covering him, because he only had the jacket on and no shirts, and I was thinking like, maybe if I talk about something, and I was starting to talk about food, and because he likes food, and he told me that he went to the local hamburger place. He lives sort of in the historic part of the city, and there is this kind of iconic hamburger place that's been there since 1947. Yeah, long time. And he said that he went there for hamburger and chips, and he asked me, did you know who I met there having a hamburger and chips? And I had no idea. Who did you meet? I met Elvis. I said, like, you mean Elvis Presley, the singer? Yeah, Elvis was there eating a hamburger. And I sort of knew that he was really unwell, and he was there cooked, like really cooked here. But see, one thing you try to do when you go out in public with the clients, it that you have some, how should you say, social dignity. But that time, that moment, all that social dignity had been flying out from the window. It was just a very difficult situation there to kind of keep him in one piece and not, and also then he started to talk about this, how would I say, X-rated adult things in great detail. And I said, you can talk about that when we are inside the car. You can talk about anything you want about that thing, but out here, around the grandmas and the kids and the families, can we just talk about Elvis, you know? So I was coming to the So yeah, when I sort of just was trying to get his mind off that thing, because he raises his voice and he then just goes into details and it's just like I never been so embarrassed in my total life. I mean that this was like every minute felt like hours. Like, can you a little bit cover up? Can you? We are here in a very, very public place. Like, one security guard would be nothing for him. He would have he would have thrown those security guard out from the place. So I tried to do just all kind of tricks. See, when you are in a situation like this, you don't want to have it to escalate to becoming even worse. You sort of want to contain it a little bit. And and one way you do that is just you keep the client happy. So we kind of started to talk about Jesus and why we got sort of expelled from the paradise. The general public there was really good. They kind of understood that I had that I was trying to control the situation there. That there was kind of, how would I say, tolerating the situation there. That you could see like there was some families that walked past. There was just whispering to each other like, hey, look. We talked about UFOs and whatever. Then eventually, the time for the support started to fade. And I was saying, hey, we are running out of support here and I need to go to my next client. I think we kind of need to start to go to the next support here and and he kind of buttoned the denim jacket up that was really stretching under his big belly and man boobs. And he's taller than me and I'm 6 foot. And then I was driving him home and I was just exhausted. I was just like, the concentration and the humiliation and the embarrassment being out there in public when hundreds of people are watching at you and walking past and just, I don't know how to explain, but it's something. It's beginning of the week. I was really super high with the zoo, and then being here, just like, I don't know, crushed, really like a crushed here, like the crash down from the high. You're there and you just feel so embarrassed. You try to communicate, you tried your best, you tried all the tricks, but the only thing you can really do is hope for the clock to go faster, because to detain him you would really need like 4 strong police, strong ones. Yeah, I dropped him off and he said, hey, maybe if you have a t-shirt on next time. Yeah, I think, yeah. See you next week, yeah. Bye. That was just such, I don't know how to put it in words, but it was just the most humiliating thing to be out there and be part of this social embarrassment when you try to control the situation. You can't. I really was thinking if it gets any worse, I just have to call the police here. But luckily, I got him into the car and we got him. I could drive him home. See, Saturdays pay so much better, so much better than the normal days, weekdays. So that's why I work Saturdays. But then I have had my client A2, that I went to the zoo with, and we was having a fantastic time. Went a little bit shopping, and then we went to then we went to the movies, and because he has that companion card, I could get in for free, see a free movie. And he only paid $8 to see a movie. Fantastic. And we saw what is that fabulous, the Incredible Four. Fabulous Four, that was good. Good movie, yeah. I came home, I dropped him off home, and everything was well. I went back home and I crashed. Oh boy. You know, all that weight, from being able to try to keep the support together in public, really had taken a toll, and yeah. So that is really 1 week as a support worker. Yeah, if you hear the jingle, that's my cat there. Well, so this was kind of the week. This was so kind of week that you can have when you are on mental health community support worker. You can start high, you can absolutely crash down, then you can go up, and then it can be like this. Okay. So what were we eating today? Well, we had 3 different things today. We had the fresh licorice, then we had the soft eating licorice, and then we had a batch of 37. All of them are good, and so which one would be my favorite? Well, the soft licorice is good, but it's kind of a little bit too soft for me. This one is here in the middle, the lover's licorice, and Darrow Lee is kind of like the little bit more firmer texture. So for me it would be 1, 2, and 3. So this would be my licorice today, and also I had the tea, and this was actually the last of my fitted teas today. We kind of used up the whole bag. Yeah. So guys, thank you again for supporting the channel. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have the link here in Buy Me a Coffee. Otherwise, you can just subscribe or watch some of the other videos. Yeah. So thanks again. Be well. And if you see me in public with my client, just say hi. I will say hi back. Okay. Catch you later. Bye.